Mr. Toto, we are live. Mr. Toto, are you there?
I'm here. Sorry about that.
Nope,
Hi,
not a problem.
everyone. Welcome to our February 3rd, 2021 board meeting. At this time, we'll all rise for the Pledge of Allegiance. I pledge allegiance to the flag of the
United States of America
and to the
and the republic
for
for which it stands,
one
one nation, under God,
indivisible,
indivisible,
with
liberty
and
and
justice
justice
for all.
for all.
Thank you. Please be seated.
May I take a roll call, please?
Yes,
Mr. Toto,
here.
Ms. Hoffman,
Here.
Mr. Curcio,
Here.
Ms. Hanson,
Here.
Mr. Leader,
Here.
Dr. Bloom,
Here.
Mr. Voles,
Here.
Ms. Gallagher,
Here.
Ms. Hennessy.
Here.
Okay.
Ms. Meoni, can you email me a detailed copy of tonight's agenda?
Will do.
Thanks. I do want to take a moment to remember our dear colleague Pam Greenfield, who recently passed away from complications due to COVID-19 on January 9th. In addition to Pam being our transportation director and our bus dispatcher, she was a beloved friend and colleague who treated every student as her own and every driver as a family member. She loved the Franklin Square community, and she would do anything to support all of our kids. So we do plan on honoring Pam later this year, along with Mr. Dillinger as well, and the district has submitted her name for an award from Scope for all of her years of service with the Franklin Square School District. So I'd now like to ask you to join me in a moment of silence. Okay, thank you. And as always, our condolences and our well wishes go out to Pam's family. Okay, Dr. Bloom.
So, thank you, Mr. Toto. Before I begin, I do want to echo your sentiments about Ms. Greenfield and just say she will absolutely be missed, but will always be remembered. I want to also thank, I want to take a moment to thank our head custodians, Carlos Suarez, Patrick Meoni, Frankie Castellino, our entire custodial staff, as well as the transportation unit for their work over the past 48 hours, making sure our parking lots, our walkways, our bus lot, our buses were cleared, safe, and ready for our students and staff today. This was a monumental task, and we cannot thank them enough for all they did. As you know, the streets in Franklin Square are quite difficult to navigate with all of the snow. This is even more difficult for our large buses and even for the vans. So we're just going to ask the community for some patience. Route may take a little longer than usual, but hopefully as the snow melts, hopefully we won't get any additional snow accumulation and the additional cleanup is done, it will make the roads a bit more passable. And with that, with the board's permission, I'm going to ask Ms. Gallagher to just provide us with a brief update on our reentry plan. Is that okay, Mr. Toto?
Yes, Dr. Bloom.
Okay, Ms. Gallagher.
Sure. Thank you, Dr. Bloom. Thank you to the Board of Education. I'd also like to take a moment to extend my gratitude to all of the members who have been participating in the Franklin Square School District Reentry Committee. They were instrumental in getting us to where we are today. Tonight, what I'm going to do is just provide you with a brief update about where we are at in terms of the numbers of students that have returned to school. I think there's just a few key points to mention first. One being obviously that school is safe. I'm very happy to report that we have 0 cases of COVID-19 and the coronavirus being shared in schools. So that has not been transmitted in school. Staff and students are doing a phenomenal job maintaining social distancing, wearing masks, and following all the hand washing protocols. So we're grateful for that. That has definitely aided in maintaining a safe environment for staff and students at school. And when we do decide to have to quarantine a class, it is really out of an abundance of caution. The students have demonstrated resiliency and they have adjusted well to the new normal. And our custodial staff is working tirelessly disinfecting the schools and high-touch surfaces. And everyone from custodians, cleaners, aides, our SROs, our teachers, everyone, transportation, everybody has been extremely flexible with schedule changes and class coverages and just really stepping up to the plate to take care of whatever needs to be done in terms of maintaining safety and keeping kids actively engaged in school. So we're happy and grateful for that. So thank you to our Franklin Square team. In terms of numbers of students re-entry, we had 2 entry points. One was the Monday after Thanksgiving. We had people returning then. Can you see my presentation, Dr. Bloom?
No.
Oh.
No.
Okay. Sorry about that. I should have asked that question. I can see it, which is not helpful. So let me back up.
Yeah, share.
I'm sorry.
I said you have to share it.
I thought I did. I did shared screen. So let me just back up. Okay. Can you see it now?
No.
No, not yet.
Okie dokie. My apologies. Dr. Bloom, if I just, you have it in your email. If I forward it to you right now, can you?
Yes, I will share it. If you can just send it
Thanks.
to me and then just keep going and I will
Yeah.
make sure it goes up.
Okay, Dr. Bloom, I just sent it to you. Sorry about that.
Not a problem. Why don't you keep going and I will, as soon as I get it in my email, I will put it up.
Sure thing. So just to get back to the John Street numbers, as I was saying, we had 2 re-entry points. One was the Monday after Thanksgiving break. And then we had another cohort of students returning on January 4th. So we had a total of 1 kindergarten student at John Street return, 2 grade 1 children, 3 grade 5 children, and 4 grade 6 students return. At Polk Street School, we had a total of 28 students, 3 in kindergarten, 2 from grade 1, 3 from grade 2, 5 from grade 3, 3 from grade 4, 3 from grade 5, and 9 students in grade 6 returning as of January 4th. And from Washington Street, we had a total of 33 students returning, 2 from kindergarten, 5 from grade 1, 6 from grade 2, 2 from grade 3, 5 from grade 4, 8 students in grade 5, and 5 students in grade 6, for a total of 71 students returning in total. Again, I just would like to extend my gratitude to everyone on the committee, as well as everyone in the district who's been extremely cooperative. This, as you all know, this has been a huge undertaking for everyone. Staff, parents, and students have been extremely supportive and flexible, and we just want to thank everyone on the Franklin Square team. Thank you so much.
Thank you, Ms. Gallagher. Does the board have any questions regarding the reentry and those students that have entered since our last reentry meeting?
I don't.
The only
thank
question
you.
I do have one question. So our percentages of students that are still remote is quite low at this point, right?
It has been reduced. So we had a little over 400 students, and that has been reduced by 71 total students. So yes,
That's good. Thank you.
we're happy to have everyone back, and the students have adjusted very well.
Thank you.
Sure.
Thanks, Ms. Gallagher.
Thank you, Ms. Gallagher.
Sorry about the technical difficulties. Sorry.
It's okay, it happens.
We've learned to live with it.
Mr. Toto, did you do the approval of the minutes?
Nope, I was about to ask you if you were done with your superintendent's report.
Yes, I am.
All right, wonderful. Board approval is requested of the minutes of the Board of Education meeting of January 6th, 2021.
Move it.
Second.
All in favor?
Aye.
Aye.
Board approval is requested of the minutes of the Board of Education meeting of January 12th, 2021.
Move it.
Second.
All in favor?
Aye.
Aye.
And finally, board approval is requested of the minutes of the Board of Education meeting of January 20th, 2020.
Move it.
Second.
All in favor?
Aye.
Aye.
Thank you, Dr. Bloom.
Board approval is requested of the recommendations of the Committee on Special Education in the cases as listed.
Move it.
Second.
All in favor?
Aye.
Aye.
Board approval is requested on the following cases on the Committee on Preschool Special Education.
Move it.
Second.
All in favor?
Aye.
Aye.
Board approval is requested of the recommendations of the 504 Committee in the following cases.
Move it.
Second.
All in favor?
Aye.
Aye.
Board approval is requested of the Treasurer's Cash Reconciliation Report and Cash Flow Statement for the period ending December 31st, 2020.
Move it.
Second.
All in favor?
Aye.
Aye.
Board approval is requested of the Budget Status Report for the period ending December 31st, 2020.
Move it.
Second.
All in favor?
Aye.
Aye.
Board approval is requested of the warrant reports for December 2020.
Move it.
Second.
All in favor?
Aye.
Board approval
Aye.
is requested of the appropriation status reports.
Move it.
Second.
All in favor?
Aye.
Aye.
Board approval is requested of the trial balance report for the month of December 2020.
Move it.
Second.
All in favor?
Aye.
Aye.
Board approval is requested of the following leave of absence requests as listed.
Move it.
Second.
All in favor?
Aye.
Aye.
Board acceptance is requested of the following resignations as listed.
Move it.
Second.
All in favor?
Aye.
Aye.
Whereas Section 409M of the Education Law requires school districts to develop policies and procedures requiring that all single occupancy bathroom facilities are designated as gender neutral for use by no more than one occupant at a time or for family or assisted use, and that such bathroom facilities be clearly designated by the posting of such on or near the entry door of each facility. Now therefore be it resolved, the Board of Education of the Franklin Square Union Free School District hereby directs the superintendent of schools to ensure the district's current and future bathroom facilities comply with the requirements of Section 409M of the Education Law.
Move it.
Second.
All in favor?
Aye.
Aye.
Board approval is requested of the appointment of the following additional member to the Citizens Budget Advisory Committee.
Move it.
Second.
All in favor?
Aye.
Board approval is requested of the amendment to the employment agreement for the Assistant Superintendent of Finance and Management.
Move it.
Second.
All in favor?
Aye.
Aye.
Board approval is requested of the amendment of the following board policy, policy number 4110.
Move it.
Second.
All in favor?
Aye.
Aye.
Board approval is requested of the CBA between the Franklin Square Union Free School District and Local 1181-1061 Amalgamated Transit Union, Franklin Square Union Transportation Unit, effective July 1st, 2019 to June 30th, 2023.
Move it.
Second.
All in favor?
Aye.
Board approval is requested of the attached resolution for monitors employed by the district for the purpose of entitled for reasons previously qualified under the expired Family First Coronavirus Act leave.
Move it.
Second.
Favor?
Aye.
Thank you.
Aye.
Mr.
Aye.
Aye.
Thank you, Dr. Bloom. Board reports, Ms. Hoffman?
Okay. As everybody knows, this is usually the time when we start getting our thoughts together on what we're going to be doing in the way of advocating for our district when it comes to the state budget. One of the things that we started last year, and it unfortunately did not come to fruition, was Dr. Bloom, myself, and Ms. Hennessy had gotten together with with a few of the union leaders in our school district, and we came up with a plan to do a letter writing campaign. And just as we were getting ready to finalize the letter campaign and send it out to our legislators, the world closed. So we had other pressing issues, but I had talked to Dr. Bloom, and Mrs. Hanson is on the legislation committee again. And Dr. Bloom, Mrs. Hanson, myself, and Ms. Hennessy have a scheduled meeting tomorrow to see if we want to, what kind of efforts we want to do. Now, one of the best things is with these Zoom calls, which I don't know if it's good or bad, but with these Zoom calls, we may be able to have to set up meetings with our legislators. I do not believe, and I'm 99% sure, that any legislator is actually having in-person meetings with anybody. So I do believe that they are going to be setting things up. Now, if we do it as a whole, ask a few of our legislators to get on the phone with us on a Zoom call, or if we're doing it individually, meets with them. Either way, we're going to talk about the best way of, really talking to them this year, because one of the things that we have to, in my opinion, talk about is that last year there was so many mandates that we were required by our governor to put in place when it came to the safety of our children, which is 100% of what this district is about. But there were also a lot of other mandates that put us in a financial, situation that we weren't used to, such as our budget elections. Our budgets and elections last year. That was something we never anticipated because it was absentee ballot, and we don't know what's going to happen this year. And our legislators got to understand that, this was unanticipated expenses that, we cannot afford for the legislation to cut any money that should be coming to the school district. So we're going to look at a whole bunch of different ideas at the next meeting. I know our next meeting is going to be a budget presentation by Terry, but if we have any updates at that point on what we're going to do, I will share it with you. Otherwise, I will share it at our regular meeting in March. But there's a lot of stuff that we have to talk about, and it's really important that we all come together this year, especially, and really talk about this. So, thank you.
Thank you, Mrs. Hoffman. Any new business?
Mr. Toto, I'd just like to bring up one other thing. I don't
Sure.
know if it's considered new business. This past weekend, I think it was last week, one of our former principals, Mrs. Marilyn Dreilinger, passed away from COVID. Mrs. Dreilinger was at Washington Street when my kids were at Washington Street until I think 1996. And she had served in the Franklin Square district for many years. Her children also attended John Street. And I just want to mention it to the people that don't know that. And maybe if it would be okay with you, if we could have a moment of silence in her memory, because she did dedicate herself to many really good things during her tenure here in Franklin Square.
Yes, of course. Thank you. And again, our condolences go out to her family and the school community.
Thank you.
Thank you. Okay, I'll take a motion to adjourn tonight's meeting.
Move it.
Second.
All right, thank you, everyone. Have a wonderful evening.
Good night.
Aye, thank you.
Good night.
Right.